Alright, here today we do in fact got the one, the only Helm. We're going to be checking out how this character can kind of do over here. We're going to do the shooting range first, because I do want to like test around with what her damage looks like beyond the aspect of whatever. She is a support character, right? Who's marked as an attacker. It's literally her capabilities. But I was going to do this team, right? It's basically, she's just like Dala. That's what she is, right? Dala is less selfish because she buffs overall, but apparently, right, she only buffs electric damage, so damage to electric enemies. That's how she works. Not that she buffs electric allies, no. She buffs damage to electric enemies, right? Is that the whole gimmick? Ignore the gear. The gear's not the best right now. But we're making do with what we have, all right? We're making do with what we have. But let's see. I have her at 545 because apparently I ran in the middle one. Somehow I used it all on Anise. She's selfish. She's taking them on my mats. I hate it. It's crazy. But yeah, it says affects the same target when they belong to electric code, correct? So the target. So keep that in mind. That's how it's going to work. Where she's not going to get the rest of her kit unless you're going against an electric boss, which, again, how often are you doing that? Keep that in mind. But she's going to be a great unit in Union Raid or Solar Raid, in my opinion, right? Right now, on, like, aspects of testing, don't think she's going to really do, like, crazy. But people are saying that her damage should not be bad. But I want to see. We're gonna test it out here today. I already kind of tested it, which I'm not going to spoil anything. But we'll jump into it, go through some testing. We're also going to go through some testing on Dala to see how she compares, because she's basically a Dala unit, right? So we'll take the screenshots and then go through them together. So do keep that in mind, right? But yeah, we'll let you see at least some of the animations before I do that. Also, like and subscribe. I was at the sun. Appreciate that. That's what she looks like, kind of in the view here. Yeah, people are still not rocking with the shirts, dude. You know that, right? The jacket for Anise, people not rocking with that, and the shirt for her, people aren't liking it. They're not liking it at all. I find it funny just because, like, I don't know. They're always doing like that great, like Blanc has everything just hanging out, bro. I'm not even being that guy, but literally she just has everything hanging out. So how like is this not allowed? But Blanc can just, right? Think about this now. I don't know. Is it just me? Well, hey. You know, to each their own, man. To each their own. But again, I'll let this fast forward in 40 seconds. So I'll see you then. I think you saw enough of the animation, and you kind of saw enough of the damage here. I'll let the first one play through. It's fine. 40 seconds is really nothing much. But yeah, you can kind of see she hits for what it is not terrible. What we're currently at, we can see she's at 5.1 million. Right. Her main use case is to rush, right, your burst, kind of. So that's kind of why we're using her. But again, that's the whole purpose of the kit, yeah, to kind of like do that entire thing. So do keep that in mind. Her purpose is CDR, right, cooldown reduction. So for what it is, that's what we kind of want out of her kit. So again, we're not expecting her to do damage per se, but I mean, she's outdoing my privity. How is it even possible? My privity is not built at all, by the way. If anybody asked this, my privity is not built at all. Not built at all. Her gear is atrocious. Her skills, not that bad. Gear, atrocious. So there is that. But yeah, we're doing pretty good. How is, dude? I'm still wondering how my Scarlet's losing to Anise. My Scarlet has like 3 pieces of overload gear, whatever. 90 million is what we got. 20 on the top there. 8.2. So she didn't do too bad, bro. She didn't do too bad. I mean, it's not terrible. Definitely not terrible, right? For a support character, which I expected a low number, right? I'm not running into this like it's gonna be broken, insane numbers, right? No way. We all kind of expected this, correct? Because that's the whole purpose, right? But I don't know. Again, don't expect Dala. You're not getting Dala here. Sorry, Dala. Sorry. Don't expect Anise. You're not getting Anise here. That's the clear factor of everything. You're not getting Anise, right? So if you're running with that kind of expectation, you kind of know what you're going for, right? So I'm just curious here. I want to do 2 tests, right? So first, we'll test with Dala. We'll replace with Dala, see what Dala does. And then we will come back to it, right? So we'll do it that way. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do it that way. I'll fast forward this one. You don't need to watch this because you kind of know what to expect. We'll get 95 over here, which was much more than over there. But it looks like, so if I were to, I'm going to pull up my other monitor here so I just kind of compare the numbers. Just so I have them. Not that I'm doing anything beyond that, just to at least have the numbers. But yeah, so what it looks like exactly happened is we have back there over on with Helm, 20 million is what Dorothy did, correct? When again, I'll do like the side-by-side on screen, so I'm going to be looking at it separately. You look at it side-by-side. Helm did 8.2, so she did about 1.3 million additional. Dala did 6.9. We have Anise doing 30 million, but over here Anise did 33 million, right? So already Dorothy and Anise kind of picked up more damage off of that. Scarlet did 24, which was about the same. And then Privity did a million more. She did 6.7 before, 7.6 now. So overall, the buffs here, so the damage was way more here, clearly, right? Even though Helm popped off with 1.3 million more, she gave 3 million more help and 2 million more help to Dorothy and Anise, right? And then on top of that, also gave about a million-ish to Privity. So overall, you're getting more damage from Dala, correct? But remember, the comparison, this is why the character is going to be good for a lot of people. If you're running Solar Raid, like really running Solar Raid, and you're going against an electric boss, that's going to be great because it's going to literally destroy said boss, and you're going to get like the big buffs there. Other than that, you're not really getting the buffs, correct? Unless it's an electric code boss you're going against, there really isn't a use case outside of her cooldown reduction, right? But we knew that. We knew this going in, that was going to be the case. The thing is also that you're using mainly Dala not for that additional attack buff, but for that cooldown reduction. That's what you're aiming for, correct? So for the character, it's not that she's bad, no. It's that she is more so niche, right? And it's more so, you don't need the character like Anise. You need Anise in a way that she's broken and very powerful. That's what you need there, but you don't need Helm. Helm is going to be really good if you need a full team for Union Raid or Solar Raid. I think that it's still a great character to pick a copy for, just because in the future, when you are building multiple teams, and if you do come across needing it for an electric boss, Helm will outpace most units. And also, even if it's not an electric boss, just having the CD reduction is big, right? So that's where we're currently standing. Just keep that in mind. All right, yeah, I did the extra showcase here, and we did less damage. I don't even want to show that. She did 87 million, and then so the entire team did 87 million, and then she did 7.5. So I don't know what happened there. She definitely messed up the damage there. So yeah, I mean, that's what we expected. She's not going to be that broken character. If you're going into this expecting a broken character, I'll do like 1 or 2 story missions just to kind of show it to you. She's mainly only designed to go against an electric boss and destroy an electric boss. That is what she's meant for, okay? We'll just do this over here and see kind of what we can come up with. I have to replace Bunny team to do this. This is like my campaign team in a way. So let's like kind of swap it up. Let's put this here. Let's put Privity down. Can we even beat the stage? I mean, with Summer Anise, we definitely could. But again, it's not that she's holding us back, right? But for like a burst 2 slot, you really have better options, correct? That's where I currently stand. Again, her damage is better than Dala. That is true. But Dala, I have to skip this anyways. It's fine. It's fine. Damn it. I wanted to read that. Yeah. But as it is, I do think that she's not a terrible character. It's just she's not going to be a character you need, right? You like, for example, do you want a strong DPS character that's going to help you clear a lot of content? Then you want a Niece. Do you want Helm for looks? Go for Helm. Definitely not going to stop you. Over time, she's probably going to become a better unit. Do I regret pulling her? No. Would I pity her? No. I wouldn't pity her. Personally, I wouldn't pity her, right? Again, if you like the look of the character, go for it. But personally, I would not pity the character. I do think there's been better options. Right? Can I get rid of it? I can't get rid of my message. Where's my mouse? What is this? Because this popped up right when I was starting the game. My mouse was lost. But yeah, that's currently where I stand. Right? That's just how I feel about it. Like Blanc and Noir, that's a burst too, but it's not a comparison you want to draw. If you're playing Solar Raid, if you're playing Union Raid, go get Helm. You kind of want an additional CD reduction unit, and for bosses like that, it'll be helpful, right? But every single day of the game, every single day of you playing the game, you're not really coming across a boss like that. So that's why the damage isn't gonna be like crazy for you, and that's why the support is gonna be crazy for you, correct? Because she has already replacements in the game, correct? I'm gonna just play this a little bit just so I can make sure I win, just in case. Just in case. Now that Anise bursted, we're gonna like win in seconds, right? If she can aim at the boss. Yo, Anise, can you aim at the boss? Thank you. But for what it is, I do think that if you want the character, get the character. Simply put, if you want the character, get the character. That's it, right? I don't want to say that she's bad because again, I know that she's not bad. I like my Bunny team more. I don't know. I like my Dala as burst team more. I personally do. Now that Helm's a bad character, yeah, okay, we sold this. We I just want to see something. Just for test, right?
It should be crystal clear who gets what.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Well, actually, I have to. Maybe I took my Privity's gear off. Why is my Privity not doing anything? Usually my Privity does a lot more. So maybe I took off her gear for who? Oh, I think I took off her gear for Helm. I think that's what I did. So the good gear is now given to Helm. It's not like overloaded or anything, but the good gear is now there. So let's see. I'll let it go on auto. I won't even touch it this time because I want to see like what this can kind of do. But remember, Helm is less selfish, right? Her kit is more expanded to attack the enemy, to allies and stuff like that, right? So do realize that now. That if the damage is increased, it's because of that. I mean, we genuinely got much closer. If he didn't hop there, we could have beat this. And if he didn't put a shield up there, we could have beaten it. If my Scarlet didn't die, I would have beaten it 100%. My Scarlet died, but yeah, I do think that she's not a must-have unless you play Solo Raid or Union Raid, correct? My Bunny team would have slaughtered this. This team is not built well. I took because Privity doesn't have her gear. If Privity had her gear, we would have won that. But yeah, that's currently where I stand on this. Just my early 10 cents of the character. Again, her damage isn't bad, right? Her damage is a little bit better than Dala's, right? But Dala applies more of a buff overall. And in comparison to some other like characters like that, Burst 2 is a better thing. But if you want cooldown reduction, you have to mainly look at a Burst 2 like Dala, correct? So for that aspect of it, I do think she's not a bad character. So you let me know what you think, right? I'll do one last shooting range test just to see. I have one theory left, and then I'll throw my theories out the window. I don't know. Again, mainly where I stand in this character is I didn't change that much here, so I'm not going to say that was actually the reason we got more damage. But for what it is, I do think that it stands to the fact that this. Ready? Do you need a character that will help you in Solo Raid and Union Raid, and you want to be able to do that? Then you go for the character. Do you want the character to help you through main storyline and stuff like that? Not really needed. You definitely have better alternatives to the character. She's not bad. No, she's not bad, right? But she's not needed. We looked at Anise as if you needed the character. You kind of wanted it. You kind of want to get that character. She's pretty strong. Now, do you need this character? No. Would it be helpful in the long run? Definitely, maybe it could be, right? But it's not that a free-to-play should chase the spammer down 100%. It's that if you pull the character, you pull the character. But I would not pity the character. That's where I currently stand. Correct? I think that her importance is there on that aspect of it. But that's mainly, again, if you're a free-to-play, you're not really taking Solo Raid seriously or Union Raid seriously. You're seriously playing other stuff, right? So for that, for Elysian Tower, I mean, she's a good burst too for that, right? She would be. So if you want it for Elysian Tower for future stuff, maybe that helps you. That could definitely be good. But again, just for her cooldown reduction. Beyond that, again, unless you're going like as the electric boss, the rest of her kit's kind of, booty, right? So that's where we currently stand. But you let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Yeah.